So if I adopt a child, 480 days. Wow.
480
Yeah,
days.
of paid parental leave. Both parents in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah,
So
both
that's
parents.
where you want to go.
That's 6 months.
6 months of paid.
Parental leave, not maternal leave.
Wow, that's interesting.
Like the way that sounds. Sweden.
But I think there is paternity leave here in
No, they say parental. They put it on that one. Even if you adopt.
Yeah, well, it's still a child.
Okay.
You know? But that your segue was a
No, it was also on the facts
fact
and all
finder.
that. But yeah, you guys have something interesting for us. Winfrey, you had something interesting for us, yeah?
I did.
Okay, let's go.
I think Titi now has the story.
Oh wow. So your segue just made me feel like leaning into a topic that we just got wind of just a few minutes ago, funny enough, and it's such a deep one that I'm still trying to believe what I'm reading. Like I'm in a state of confusion. So there's online there's a woman who narrates her story. She's just basically been put to bed, right? And there's always been this debate about whether to be a Hebrew woman or to go the route of CS or surgery, or going natural birth, or having a surgery to deliver a baby. So in my opinion, as long as mother and child are healthy, there's no better choice, but she cries out to say she's appealing to Twitter Nigeria to save her life and help nurse her newborn child, because she got traditionally married recently and took in. Apparently, she developed shortness of breath later by the 35th week of pregnancy. And she thought that it was just one of the symptoms of late pregnancy and didn't take it seriously until 14th of April, just recently, where she could hardly breathe and couldn't even lift her head up. Now, the doctors told, she obviously was taken to the hospital, given oxygen. The doctors told her husband that she should opt for a CS because of how she, her situation, and that her unborn child and herself were at risk. But her husband said no.
I think, yeah, so this story and another one, which you had mentioned earlier, about a man who abandoned his wife and said he was going to jail, it borders on the responsibility of men or some fathers, as it were, in the time. And I've seen this, I've seen this even happen here. And it baffles me how two of you actually come together to the process of putting together a child, and then one party, because you're not the one carrying the child, you just hands off and act so irresponsibly. In this case, we're talking about the woman's life was at risk at a number of times.
She was given oxygen.
And it also goes to what we were talking about last time, why a man should make a decision over a woman's body. I don't know what the rules are in the medical space as that woman, but if a woman is at that moment, she knows what she's feeling. She knows she can't take it. You're talking about somebody who was short of breath.
Yeah.
And she says, I cannot push. Who is the one to make the decision whether she should have a CS or not? Why should it be in the husband's place to decide on somebody who's fighting for her life? Yeah. And who knows what it feels like? So there's something there that is the decision should be on the person who's going through they're going through at that moment.
So now I'm thinking about the fact that he says he has no money for the CS, that they should work on stabilizing her breathing. Not only did he say that, but he also told them to discharge the wife once she was stable. She got home and the thing, the stuff started again 3 days later.
Yeah, so the whole thing is...
So first of all, you see this, the way I see it is, right, I think you can create an excuse out of anything. That's honestly what I feel. I feel a lot of times people, and I don't know, I usually say this, right? When I want to do something, I believe if I don't want to really do it, I can literally pull up any excuse whatsoever. In this case, his excuse was there was no money. However, she went on Facebook and got the sum of 500,000 sent to her. My own issue now is that why did she now send the money to the man? Instead of sending it straight to the hospital.
Wow.
She sends part of the money to the man to pay the bills. The man uses to buy phone and a dog.
No way, Winfrey, you got that fine. I was trying to not even get that far.
It's the same thing, and I would still.
He used the money to buy a phone and a dog. Instead of paying for this, so you see that the money was really not the problem. He has a mental issue.
Yes.
He needs to be taken to psychiatric hospital.
As much as a lot of things happen to the court of public opinion and all of that, and there's that thing of wanting to hear from the other side. You understand? But I just want to look at it holistically. Do you understand? And talk about how. So you might be surprised. I don't know why she would do that if that happened. Why you would receive money. You're in the hospital.
So that's the thing. So that's where, I mean, when you talk about religion, you talk about tradition.
You're talking about that.
And all of that.
And this thing will be, it has been the death of many women.
Yes, of course.
The issue of when a doctor has given you a medically, a certified advice, a diagnosis and told you, do this. This is someone that spent at least 8 years.
Studying.
You read some things or your when did you get what your religion says, Hebrew women or whatever, and then you want to insist. Many people have died, and many will still die when people are trying to insist on that way. And it's sad. It's sad, but you get what you want. I mean,
so my thinking is, see, there are a lot of lines and different ways to see this. A lot of people will say, Faith, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. But then again, in this particular situation, she wanted to. It's a different thing if they agreed and say, okay, as a couple, we're deciding that this is not and everything, and we're going to literally. She wanted to because she honestly felt like she couldn't do it any other way. But then again, this man is just standing in a way based off. In fact, they're never telling us, okay, fine, whatever. Wherever his own decisions were coming from, right? But my own is just the heartlessness of it all. So you send him the money to pay the doctor and then he uses it to buy a phone. In that time, he's not saying, okay, fine, let's even use that money. I don't want you to do CS still, but let's use the money to stabilize your breathing or make sure that, okay, fine, you can
get things for the baby.
Do you get
just anything?
The question I want to ask is before you get into a union with somebody like that, are there red flags? Do you see this kind of things in these people?
She doesn't make it.
And so that's the conversation.
No, I don't know if that. What I mean is that don't you know that you are married and you have married responsibility.
No, some mention these signs. No, that one I disagree with.
I'm just
saying. I feel like a leopard cannot change his spot.
I'm just saying, generally. Okay, say somebody, if this story is true.
You will be showing all these things and you'll be ignoring them.
In some other ways. Maybe it's something to buy the house and all that.
In the house and you'll be...
Shows responsibility by using to buy something. I'm just saying. You see, they say, he that is faithful in little is faithful in much. When you do something small scale, when the opportunity comes and more money comes, it doesn't change you. Money doesn't change you.
It doesn't, but I
money amplifies
who you truly are.
Yes, but I would
the lack thereof.
So with regard to what you guys are saying, I honestly believe that people change. And I honestly believe that, yes, and people, also you're dating someone, you see certain signs, right? You see it as red flags, but I still believe that people decide to give people grace. And that is fine, to be very, very honest. That's my take on that. Do you understand? Because I believe we're all human beings, we're all flawed. And then if you say, okay, fine, we're working this out, and I decide to have faith in you, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. Unhelpable, but then again.
So there's accepting someone's flaws, but then accepting someone's flaws until it kills you is just, I don't know, it's out of this world.
Sadly, I've had situations like this very close to home, similar situations. The woman is pregnant, she's having issues, her BP is going up. You need to literally do something about it medically. You say you don't have money, and this one, the lady actually died. She actually died.
The same thing.
The family is still trying to cover him.
My close friend. I mean, I had been with this particular lady. We had been in a particular space for years. I'm talking about over 5-6 years where we used to walk almost every day and see every day. It was the same case scenario. I don't know the exact full details because this is what people were saying, including the husband. But they came together and decided they wanted this Hebrew, this thing. It got serious and all of that. Today, the son is alive, she's dead. This is that thing hit me so hard. And I blame the foolishness of both of them. It hurts me so bad because both of them were party to this. And it is about the same thing that happened. If it is the same that happened during the COVID period and all that. If we're going to be deceived by something, but the fact that somebody is a professional in this particular thing, a profession.
So there's also a challenge with the medical, with the hospitals, because they are looking to the person who's going to pay this bill. They're not looking, because you've heard of people going to the hospital and not getting treatment because they didn't drop a deposit, for instance. So they're also thinking about finances as well, not even just the welfare of the patient.
Not the welfare first, which is actually meant to be first, life first before any other thing.
And well, hey, hopefully someone has taken learnings from this particular situation. Whatever the learnings are, let us know. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and we'll hear from you and hopefully respond online as well.
Of course.
Let's take a quick break, everyone. We'll be back.